Hello, people from out of this binary. My name is Paris, and I look like a mess because Sundays are lazy days. Yes. And as you may already know, this week topic has been. Sorry. This week topic has been consent, and I was really afraid of repeating the same stuff that the other members of the channel said already, but I think that for what I had planned out, like talking, I don't think I will, and that's something good. So consent. What can I say about consent? Is that is always important, and it marks the line between what is sex and what is rape or abuse. And I think that's something really important. I had one of my friends telling me the other day that when she was in high school, this teacher made them read this really problematic book, and she was really mad at the teacher because the teacher said on class something between the lines, I am not gonna address this particular moment on the book, but I just want to say that was it really rape if she was asleep? Because the character, she didn't say no, so I don't know. And that made us all be like, yikes. Because me and my group of friends, just my family here, we are really aware of all of that stuff. And yeah, so that made me think, just like, the definition of consent is if yes is said. If nothing but yes is said or not said, then there's no consent, and you shouldn't be doing that stuff. I don't want to repeat the things that Manon said on their video, but I think that that was like a really good point, that sometimes yes is said in a sort of like, yeah, sure, whatever way, and that's not consent either, I think. Oh, maybe just like it depends on the person. I'm gonna get to that later. And also sometimes people say yes, but after people have begged a lot, so that's not consent either. That's not fair. So yeah, I think that they made this point really clear, so I'm not gonna extend more about it. But yeah, that's what should be the definition. Consent is when yes is said. Anything but yes is not consent and shouldn't be happening. Now, I want to address the issue on consent on couples, because I think that's something that's really important, and that's like my actual situation. Actually, you can see like here a picture of like me and my girlfriend. Anyways, yeah, so consent, even when it's not like a sex related situation, for example like kissing, that's like not strictly related to sex, consent is also important in that manner. If you're going on a date with someone, don't just assume because of the chemistry that they want to kiss you. Always ask if you can kiss them. And I'm not saying that you should ask every time, but consent should be given every time. So like, me and my girlfriend have made it clear that kissing is okay with us, so we kiss frequently, and if one of us reaches the other one for a kiss and the other one's like pushing away, it's like, no, not now, then we don't do it, we don't beg, it's fine. And also, don't assume that because you had sex with a person for the first time, or like just had sex with a person once, that they're gonna consent for the rest of the times. Because each situation is different, and you should ask in every single case. And I think that's something that me and my girlfriend do all the time. Every time that something's about to happen, we have this conversation and we ask the other one if that's what they want or not, if that's what we want or not. So yeah, and if there's like hesitation or like the word no is explicitly said, or like nothing is said, then it just shouldn't happen. Now, I said that sometimes people say yes in a not really convinced way. Oh, sorry. In a not really convinced way. And that's not consent, but it just really depends on the person. Because, for example, I don't know. I would say that I don't want to disclose much information, but like, for example, my girlfriend is the kind of person that is okay either way. So even though she does experience sexual attraction and she does want to sometimes, most of the times that I want to, she doesn't reject it, but she's not like looking for it anyways. And she knows what she's doing, and like she knows that she's agreeing as of a way, in a way to like pleasure me, even though she's still gonna enjoy it. But like, as I said, it's just because that's the way she is, and she has made it clear, like, if you want to and I'm neutral, then that's a yes. I am up to that idea. It's something that I would like to happen. So even if she's sometimes like hesitant or like, yeah, sure, whatever, it's not because she's not convinced enough, but it's because she's fine either way. So there's people that are like that, and that's why I also think that in couples it's important to have those kind of conversations, like, when should this happen, when this should not happen. Like, just, if you can't read your partner and very well, just ask them like what their preferences are and stuff. If you can tell, like, I don't know, I feel like I'm ranting a lot. So yeah, I don't know. Basically, what I want to say here is that in couples it's really important to have that conversation and to have consent each time, and not assume that because you had sex with this person once that they're gonna want to have sex again when you want to. So it's something really important to talk about, talk openly about, make clear where your boundaries are, and if someone is not respecting your boundaries, maybe that's not a good person for you. Just call them out. Maybe they're not doing it on purpose, but like, call them out gently, and yes, just make clear what your boundaries are, and always talk about what's consent for you and what's not consent. Now, I want to address I don't know, just like real quick, when substances are in the way, because lots of people consider that consent under the influence of alcohol, for example, is not possible, and I agree. but that doesn't mean that drunk sex can't happen. And I just wanna make my point clear here, is that if you have like the legal age to drink, if you're doing it safely, and if you're gonna drink, then talk with your partner before you do it. Like, hey, tonight or like later, I don't want this to happen, or like if it happens, then I'm not gonna oppose that idea, or yeah, I would like this to happen tonight, even though I'm gonna be under this influence. And if you're okay with it, then that's fine. Like if your partner says, hey, I'm gonna drink tonight, I would like to not have sex today, and later in the night when they're under the influence, they're like all over it, or over you, and like all for it, then you shouldn't do it, because that's not consent. They can't consent if they're under the influence of alcohol, and they explicitly said no before. If they said, hey, if you want to do this tonight, then I'm not opposed to the idea too. I think that it's gonna be fine if it happens, and it happens under the influence of alcohol, then it's fine, because your partner consented beforehand when they were sober. And if they said, hey, I want this to happen tonight, even if I am under the influence of the alcohol, and you're not okay with that, then just don't do it, and your partner should be able to respect your decision too. But if you're fine with it, then go for it. I know lots of people that enjoy that. I don't know about my case. I'm 18, so and I don't drink, of course. So yeah. But as I said, consent should be given if it's gonna be alcohol in between, and I hope not any other kind of substance, but if there is, consent should be given beforehand, when both people are sober and capable of making a decision. So yeah, I don't know if that was clear enough or not, but I think that that were just my ideas on the issue. Just talk with your partner, be open about it. Like, there's nothing wrong about talking about it. Make your boundaries explicit, and yeah, if there's gonna be alcohol or something else in between, I hope not, but if there's gonna be alcohol, then make sure that you make the decision when you're sober, because people under the influence of alcohol can't consent. Yes. Also, like, if you don't have this conversation when you're sober, then that's a no. Then don't do it. Because consent was not given. That's as simple as that. So yeah, I think those are all my thoughts. This video is already too long, so I'm just gonna wrap it up. Live it like that. Consent is important. Talk to your partner. Make the decisions when you're sober. Yes. That's, I think, everything that I have to say today, and I hope you have a nice and lovely week. I hope this video is not problematic, because I sometimes don't know how to express myself really well, and I just wanted to make sure that my ideas were clear, that like I wasn't trying to imply something bad. Anyways, I hope you have a lovely week, and I'll see you next Sunday.